Hello everyone, in today's episode of the 1 Year Life Challenge, we're going to tackle stress, the world's #1 killer, and how to beat it. Hello everyone, today we're talking about stress. Everywhere, killing everyone. You know, the World Health Organization lists stress as one of the #1 causes of cancer, inflammatory diseases, all sorts of lifestyle pressures that are being created by ourselves. And stress is created by humans. It's something that unfortunately is man-made. And how do we overcome this, and how do we prevent this from taking over our lives? Well, as always, I'm going to begin with a quote on the subject, and that quote is, "Stress is caused by being here but wanting to be there." Eckhart Tolle. Wow, powerful words. I hear so many people elaborate on stress and say stress is very simply not accepting the present moment. Saying this is not good enough, I want something else. And then stress comes in because you haven't accepted the way things are. Stress, a little bit of stress which is applied by your environment is always good. Mind-made stress is really, really good. And I can tell you, I've seen people break down under stress. You know, it's very, very insidious. So my personal story was basically the fairy tales that I would tell myself. I would tell myself I was going to be a certain thing by a certain age and do certain things, and ultimately those ideas could never live up to reality. Reality is more vivid 3D than the virtual reality you create in your head. So ultimately I was continually creating stress over and over again within my life, when the reality was the way the universe was unfolding in front of me was perfect. In retrospect now, looking back, I know it's perfect. At the time I created so much unnecessary stress. Now, what did that mean? I put on weight, which created more stress. I felt worse about my appearance. My skin started to deteriorate. I didn't have the self-confidence necessary, and stress would eat away. I'd get sick all the time. In winter, I'd get sick 4 or 5 times. So stress really needs to be better understood, and you need to acknowledge stress as simply wanting something different to the way it is. Wanting the way things are to be different than they currently are will immediately will release cortisol and the stress hormones into your body to make you feel like junk. And you're in control of it. So how do we beat stress? Well, I've got 5 key ways to beat stress, and we'll go through them now. So step 1, accept the moment. Somehow, somewhere, the fabric of the universe has worked to create that moment for you, and there is a lesson in that moment. You need to appreciate that the current moment is all that you have and all that you will ever have, and by accepting it, you can see the gateway to your true self. Now, not every moment is pleasant, and I understand that. However, rejecting it will create suffering. What's the difference between suffering and stress? Stress is something that happens in the moment. Suffering is continued stress that you create through your mind by wishing it was different and reflecting back on it. Accept the present moment and you'll be outstanded by how much stress just leaves your life. Number 2, become awareness. Whenever I'm in a situation that's difficult, I can feel myself getting heated, I realize that, am I getting heated, or is the awareness of myself getting heated? Because the awareness isn't. The awareness is clear as it is when I wake up in the morning, but I can feel my body getting angry and my hands shaking and, you know, starting to make mistakes. So stopping for a second, realizing that you're not the quivering voice, you're not the shaking body, you are the awareness of all this happening, you can take control immediately. Number 3, take action. The Dalai Lama once said that worrying is useless, because if you can do something about it, don't worry, do something about it. And if you can't do something about it, don't worry, because you can't do something about it. Such an eloquent way to look at it. Taking action is the vehicle out of stress. What is stress? Stress is a communication from your hormones to take action. So what happens when you don't take action? Your body produces more and more and more stress because you're sitting there doing nothing. If you're stressed out by your job, change something. If you're stressed out by your relationship, take action and change something. Otherwise, I promise you, the body will keep pumping those stress hormones into you. Number 4, understand the story is flexible and not solid. This life is not an itinerary. You know, when you go, you know, you can imagine going on a trip to Europe and having it all itinerarized, where you go see Westminster and then Big Ben, then you go see the London Eye, and then you go, you know, to see the Globe Theatre. That's not life. Life doesn't work like an itinerary. Life is flexible, so much more vivid than any story written, because it's changeable, adaptable, and you can change the way you see things. Holding yourself to a fixed mindset of how things should be or will be in the future not only ruins the present moment that you enjoyed in, but creates so much stress. Your story is not written. Your story is going to be remarkable. There's going to be twists and turns, I can guarantee you. So stop trying to write your own story and allow it to come to you. And finally, know deeply you are already enough. You don't need to stress out to get the new mortgage, to get the new car, to get the new boat. Ultimately, because you're already enough. Yes, you can get all those things, but why stress to get them? You know, a great friend of mine used to say, in 10 years we'll look back on this and laugh at it. Let's not wait 10 years, let's laugh at it now. You're already enough. There's no stress that will make you better. You are exactly how you need to be right now in the moment, and thinking you should be different or better is going to create stress. Something to think about. Stress is something that we really need to eradicate and bring into our life action-orientated goals and decisions. Stress is not helpful. Once we show some self-love and self-compassion, stop stressing ourselves out by telling ourselves to be better and bigger, we can stop stressing other people out by telling them to do the same thing. You know, we all have had a friend that we've told to quit smoking for 10 years, only to have them spontaneously stop smoking for no reason, you know, and you're absolutely shocked, and you think, gee, I stressed that guy out for 10 years, he didn't do anything, and now he stopped smoking. Understand, we all have a journey. Stress does not contribute to it. Coming from a place of love and compassion and knowing yourself and loving yourself will eliminate stress from your life. Something to think about. I can't wait to see you till tomorrow, but until then, goodbye.